Kenya, especially post-elections.
That's true.
Yeah, we saw it happen also in Uganda in their previous elections. I know they're about to get into elections.
Yep.
What does this tell you, bro, when you see East African youth, protesting against the executive, the presidency?
I'll start by saying that's the power of technology.
Yes,
because you see now with the tech, you can be able to know what's happening across the world. You can get to know what's happening in your neighboring countries and also what's happening outside the continent. And you see, when we started our protest last year, there are so many young people who applauded us and told us, we have done this because of you guys.
Right.
And this is because we were able to mobilize easily. We were able to communicate among ourselves, and also we are able to also just learn from what is happening in other places. You can talk to other people in other regions.
Correct.
And this is not new because you see, even when you look at other countries, like a country I think like Malawi, like the Prezos, he was so sure that he was going back, but people told him no. You're doing one term. Because you see, there's been this notion where African leaders, they just want to stay in power and wanataka kututisha. And you see, even our neighbors Tanzania, like that's what the president did. Aliambia watu manze time ya maandamano sitaki kuona, time ya election there's no maandamano. I don't want people to be out there. But you see, you can unaweza tisha watu, but itafika point, people will just be like, you can kill very few, but you cannot kill everyone. And even just seeing wanazimiwa social media, internet, power, it's really sad. Because, living in a 21st century time, you don't expect to see a country as Tanzania, a progressive country like Tanzania going through this. And even when you probably look at the cybercrime, the cybercrime bill.
Yes, the amendments that were made.
It's just the same things that happened to Tanzania that might happen here in Kenya. Kuzimiwa internet, it's in there. If the government feels like you are going against them, they can easily switch off your website or switch off your app. Like someone like I think, was it Ruth Njeri who came up with the website where people are able to give their views directly to the parliament?
Exactly.
So you can imagine if the government gets that power to be able to switch off your website, they can just do it easily. So if we are not careful as a country, I foresee us going in that direction, especially if this cybercrime thing goes through. I'm happy that the court may halt, and
true.
I hope they'll make
I remember they're giving a lot of random reasons, talking about Atiosji pornographies. But me, I was just like, I mean, who are you to decide what's morally upright for us?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because some of these politicians have, they've said some of the most crazy things, they abuse Kenyans, So, I mean, it's a very debatable conversation when it comes to, the cybercrime framework. However, back to the East African youth. Do you think they're ever going to relent? Because we've seen them being killed in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda. It's almost as if all these governments are just looking for brutal ways to silence the youth. But at the same time, the youth are saying, okay, fine. Especially in Kenya, for example, you don't want us to you don't want us to go to the streets. Sawa, online activism. We're going to Mulika you guys, very dangerous.
Yes.
Do you think East African youth are ever going to relent? This is they're getting into a new phase of activism.
This is the new phase, and it's only getting started.
What?
Because tech is really powerful. And you see, tech is something that you cannot control. And you see, tech is just getting bigger and better. AI, it's going to make things, out of this world.
What?
And I think the government should, first of all, realize that tech is here to stay, and they need to find ways to just roll with it. Instead of trying to curtail it, just roll with it. And it's I believe now, because now we are able to talk to people in Tanzania. You see, like even Bob Jagi anasema TCG, they want to do maandamano of December, and you see they are in solidarity of Tanzania. You see, if Tanzanian youth see Kenyans are standing with them, they'll have that energy and that power to keep on pushing for the right reforms. So I believe, it's just getting started. I've seen Uganda, wameanza kutuatisha, but let's wait and see.
It's true, but they saying the ocean is theirs. Anyway, so let me ask you, bro. What's the biggest challenge you faced creating such a powerful platform like yours? Especially with regards to the powers that be, some people might be saying, Apana, you're empowering the youth too much. What are some of the challenges you've experienced?
Funds. You without funds you can't do anything. And for me, I've really bootstrapped for what I'm doing. I've ideally funded this journey project alone. So, and getting funding, especially right now with what Trump has done, we were really relying on funding from outside to be able to help us, because we've realized that people who have money, for example, in this country, who would really or happily fund you, they cannot do that. So we've even seen countries like, even in the European countries, they're really trying to cut down funding. So it's been hard. Like, for example, we are being supported by Microsoft through their Startup Founders Hub, and cloud is really expensive. So I'm just imagining, for example, we as an organization, we use about 2,000 USD worth of credits. That's about 200,000 or 300,000 per month. So you can imagine, if I didn't have support from Microsoft, what could have happened. So we are just trying to hoping that we'll get philanthropists out here to just come and support some of these,
even local ones.
Especially local ones. That's what I'm trying to say. We can have people just listen to ideas in such setup, and they can just call you and tell you, we like what you're doing and we want to come and support you.
Let me sound ignorant, but just excuse me. Obviously I know the benefits of what I'm going to ask you, but let's just make it sound so basic. Obviously, you're a youth. I'm a youth. The majority of Kenyans are youth. In fact, not just Kenyans, Africans. What are some of the benefits of having youthful leadership? The youth in positions of power? Because this is a conversation that we've had happening in several quarters across the country, if not the continent. What exactly will we benefit when we have youth in leadership positions?
For me, I don't just look at youth, but we've also seen young people who've really done even worse things.
I know, bro.
But it's about having value-based leaders.
Meritocracy.
We've been electing very mediocre leaders. And this is because, our politics, kitambo, someone just comes and gives you money and, you're like, me, I'll elect you. Or, someone just comes and because, their last name is a powerful name in your region, you elect them. And you end up realizing that, this guy is not there for us, but there for themselves. And that's the reason why we are doing a lot of civic education, because we are just trying to tell the young people, the constituents, don't just vote someone because they are young, but what is this person bringing on board? And maybe I can just link this up with Uamuzi. So with Uamuzi, during our sign up, you first of all sign up as Mwananchi, but also you have the option of signing up as a leader. And the reason why we did this is because first of all, when you sign up as a leader, other than just paying an annual fee for you to verify your account, you'll have to upload your manifesto. Because many a times when our leaders go around campaigning, they tell us, my manifesto yangu iko huko nje, soma. Or ideally, they'll just give you a small flyer with 3, 4, 5 agendas, just in bullet form.
Youth
and they'll tell you youth empowerment,
infrastructure, eliminate corruption. And what's the other one? Climate change mitigation.
But
I can even just guess.
But now you see, we don't really get to interrogate them and ask them hard questions. How you intend to do this project? Yes, you've written about youth empowerment. What is your plan? So ideally, we're just trying to tell young people, the next time you go to vote, don't just vote for someone because you know them, or don't just vote for someone because they've given you money, but vote for someone because of what they're bringing on board. they have their blueprint agenda. Look at the manifesto. Interrogate that manifesto and ask them questions. So that at least you can be able to have a guide to use when you're holding your elected leader accountable.
But is it possible for constituents to actually, are they ready to have these important conversations, especially in remote areas, for example? Because the reason I'm asking is we have an issue in this country, poverty. Right. That's and true. The leaders, it's like they've realized, hey, you know what? The fact that these Kenyans are needy, it's easy for me to actually get their attention. The only thing I have to do, give them some sort of relief and handout.
Yes.
And just like that, I'll be like a savior to them.
Yeah.
So do you think, as of now, Kenyans are actually ready, the youth are ready to question their leaders, prospective leaders, right?
Yes.
When they know the main problem hapa ni just banaka kitu. Yeah, if I get a 5 so nitakupigia kura. Yeah, this is like a common problem in African countries, bro. Poverty.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true. We are ready to keep our leaders accountable, and you see, even that's the reason why our leaders wamekuwa kisalimiwa.
Yes,
because people are here to tell you guys, bana, you guys work, bana. You don't want your mchezo that you're doing. So yes, we are ready to keep our leaders accountable, and accountability starts with you as a person.
Yeah.
And at the same time, also take that initiative to go and also talk to a friend, ask them umechukua kura, and at the same time ask them if you're going to vote. Don't just ati vote for someone because ako kwa hii party. People talk about suti, 6-piece. But you're voting someone because ametoka kwa hii chama, but you're not looking at what this person is bringing on board. So even as we do our campus drive, that is one of the things that we really emphasize. Vote for someone because of what they're bringing on board, not just because of how much money they're giving you. Yes, eat the money, but at the same time, at the end of the day, make informed decision.
It's true.
Yeah,
I believe at this point, Kenyans, we've been through it all, man. We've been through it all. We actually need the right people in leadership positions, because hata kama we're talking about handout nini, but if we have the right people, they have the ability to bring about even long-term change.
True.
And create even more impact. I love that. Let's keep it moving, bro. So now the other question I wanted to ask you, bro, is okay, there you go. So when it comes to youth turnout, when it comes to, of course, this whole voting processes, the election process.
Yeah.
Do you have hope this time around that guys are actually going to turn up? It's interesting. You said that you were working with IBC.
Yes.
IBC, I just heard them the other day complaining. Where are these Gen Zs?
Yeah.
They're the ones who are running around the streets.
Yeah. They checked.
But they're not registering as voters, bro.
They checked a report, I think, like 10 days ago.
Okay.
And only like 90K people have registered.
I know, man.
90K, man.
The hell?
And their target is, I think, like 6 mic.
So what's the issue? What's up with you guys, bro?
Man, I don't know, bana. We need to really talk to these young people. Tuambie manze, badala kusema 1 term 2 term, let your 1 term 2 term ionge kwa ballot. Yeah, because hakuna haja waanze kusema sijui 1 term 2 term and yet you're not even a voter.
Manze,
before even you utter any word from your mouth, ensure that umechukua kura.
Let me ask you, bro. Unadhani the problem here is that we don't make this process cool enough for the young guys? Because I'm imagining, okay, it's one thing to say Kenyans are tech savvy, nini. But the way we engage with certain processes, bro, especially for the Gen Zs, it's just so shocking. They're very disinterested. Maybe we're supposed to make it a bit entertaining. Maybe we're supposed to have guys like Kina Meja, you know what I mean? Like all these rappers, artists, Kina Sijui, whatever, man. Kina Aziad, getting out there. We see posters, massive billboards of influencers asking youth to vote.
Yeah.
Do you think that would work? I mean, to register as voters?
Okay, for me, what I say is progress is a step every day, 1 step at a time. And yes, people are not turning out to vote, but at least the first thing we should do is ensure that we can bring them into these conversations. If once they feel like they're valued, they're heard, they're felt, then it will be easy for them to now say, leo wacha niende nichukue kura. Because yes, as we said when the show started, utambia a young guy endo chukue kura, atasema, even if I go vote, this thing is already decided.
It's true.
My vote won't count. And they don't know it's that one vote haba na haba ujaza kibaba. It's that one vote that is going to make a change. So we really keep telling them, endo uchukue kura, just ensure that you register. And also now with even we get people who register but hawataki kutokea kuchukua kwenda kuvote. So we are also going to really take that initiative to really tell people, ensure that you go vote and ensure that you go with a friend. Usiache manze boys wako nyuma. Beba mbogi uishe nayo.
It's true, man. You guys, youth actually have to register, maze, and it's now or never.
Yeah, bana.
Yeah, so I mean, besides, me I usually say 2027 the election has to be very historical. If you had the opportunity to sit down with President Ruto, and push for a policy change, what would you tell him? Which policy would change would this be? What would it be about?
Toyo kitu ya cybercrime. That thing is bogus, you guys. It's true,
man. It's trash.
Yeah. So I just do away with it. I don't know if there was any public participation. We want to know. We know it's the Wajir, I think Wajir North or MP who brought the bill. A very smart guy. But also we want to see how this process was done. Public participation, how many people participated. Yes, it went through the committee chaired by KJ. After that, it went through the whole house. People voted. But it's unfortunate that I don't know if these people read the bill or not. So we want this thing to just be, the president to just recall it. Let's just do this thing with people at the center of it. Let people engage and give the opinion.
It's true. I like how you put it, because, okay, fine, we do agree that there's some extreme tendencies by Kenyans online. Forget even about elections or civic engagements. We have fraudsters. It's interesting. I also saw some people saying, we're Africans. Hata kama tumezoea tech, right? We need to have some sort of decency. This thing for putting politicians in coffins, it's a bit too much, right? Do you agree?
That's true. It's a bit too much.
Like, we need to be responsible with tech, and social media.
And what I can say is, at least I'm happy that thing never happened in Uamuzi. So for us, we are really trying to, with community guidelines, we are really trying to see how we can, have just people engage meaningfully and not just bring hizo mchezo.
But bro, you get now with the way AI is popping these days, people can also fake these videos. Don't you think it's going to create like a crazy situation during the elections? Guys are going to fake stuff.
Deepfakes they are really coming hot. They're coming in hot.
Are you concerned?
Very concerned. But also, I've been attending so many AI forum here and there. And I've been able to see people who've come up with counter tactic measures when it comes to deepfakes. So these are things that also we are just trying to see how we can also be able to integrate in Uamuzi. Because what we are doing right now is we are working on our AI, a very robust AI ecosystem. And part of the things that we wanted to help us do is not only just moderate content, but also how can we be able to identify, deepfakes and AI generated content.
My granddad was telling me, he's just like, Kevin, I can't believe this. What world is this we're living in? Because he's also, he's a smart guy, but he was just telling me, can you imagine the folks in the villages? Just like you said, those guys also have smartphones. But I don't think they know the difference between a fake video, a deep fake, and an actual one.
That's true.
I even saw people faking videos of Museveni talking, complimenting Bobby Wine. I'm just like, wow. Actually, you're the future. I just know guys are gonna curate fake videos, man.
And you see
people conceding sijui nini.
And you see, even now you can look at a video and just know this.
You can kind of tell, but those old folks can't.
But you can imagine now with the AI getting better and better. What will happen in the next 5 years, you guys?
Kwanza with Kenyans. Jeez, it's gonna be fascinating to just watch, bro. So for me, I also kind of see, I see where Gava is coming from. They're a bit concerned because they know who Kenyans are. They know who they're dealing with.
That's true.
You get, bro. What you're doing is very amazing. You're very, very resourceful. How do you stay grounded? Because I know there's a lot of stuff going on. You've talked about the challenges, for example, story of funding. How do you stay grounded? Because I know sometimes it can be stressful.
God.
I like that, bro.
For me, I'm a really prayerful person. I fellowship at House of Grace. And for me, God has really, I believe in God. And I believe I'm here because of God.
Nice.
And, God will say, whenever you get into trouble, just come to me in prayer.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so just pray to God, and he keeps you grounded. I also work out a lot. I can tell. Yeah, I love working out.
We said we're going to go gym together.
Bana.
I'm waiting for that call. Am I scared?
Yeah, I don't know. Especially leg days. You guys may love leg days.
Awesome.
I love working out. And also just listening to such amazing conversations. Also we get to learn a lot from such conversation. So people should just keep on engaging.
True. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you one final question. It's a bit political, Now, you check how politicians are realigning. I mean, we talked about the impact of Raila Amolo Odinga's death. So we've seen a lot of politicians from the opposition, especially ODM, because they were in the opposition. Now they say they're going to work with the UDA. They're going to work with President Ruto till 2027, probably even after 2027. You know what I mean? Yeah. So some leaders from ODM, for example, are saying it's necessary. Yeah, especially if you're going to bring development to your constituency. Yeah, do you think that's a viable option for some of these politicians? You're saying, you know what, you guy Elvo, bro, I need to put my people first, and if that means I have to shake the president's hand, so be it. Do you think that's a viable argument?
For me, I believe we should not have enemies in politics. Just talk to anyone and everyone. So I've seen people are realigning, especially now going back to their tribes. And for as much as when I already to their tribes, also us young people, we are trying to say, ukabila ni ufala, because we've seen a lot of also tribalism on being perpetrated on social media. So I really hope that Kenyans will make good decisions, not just because of this tribe and this tribe. And wacha tuone, if ODM, I've seen they're really trying to lobby for the DP position.
I've seen too.
Sijui kama, but let's wait and see. It's gonna be interesting, especially now with Raila not being in the, this is the first time you're going to have elections without him. So it's gonna be fun. We're just here for it,
bro. I know you're pro dialogue. I can tell. You're a guy for let's sit down and talk. I like that.
Even when you talk about even generational conversation. For us to be able to engage everyone. To just ensure that tumebonga. Let's use tech. And manze, let's use our own innovations.
But how are you gonna? How are we going to have strong institutions if we just want to sit down and talk every time? See, we have like a strong opposition, a strong gava. Everyone is supposed to be on their own lane.
You see,
because this handshake thing, I mean, guys,
opposition is sisi vijana. Especially from last year, unacheki manze venye gava ilianza kubai opposition, si vijana tulisema manze, we are now the opposition. And it's funny that when the president came into power, the first thing alisema he wants a vibrant opposition.
It's true.
But akadhani manze akichukua opposition, manze mambo imeisha. But manze si vijana tumesema manze sasa sisi ndio.
That's actually true. Power to the people, by the way. I like that. At least you come by the people. Okay, so bro. By the way, okay, final question of all. What's your dream for Kenya, based on the work that you do? What sort of impact do you think the work that you'll do will have in the future Kenya, say in 2040?
2040? We will be having as many or everyone involved when it comes to decision making process.
Makes sense.
Kila mtu atakuwa ndani.
All hands on deck.
We need every expertise on board, and even when you're not there to even give your opinion, just have the information and look at what people are conversing, so that even when you go out there to tell people, by the this is what I've seen, at least you'll be engaging on an informed capacity and not just on kulenga tu. So things are going to get better.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, Elvis Itati. That is Elvo. He's the founder and CEO of Uamuzi.
Bless up.
It's been the power to the people. The conversation is about power to the people, redefining civic engagement for Kenya's youth.